Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite dishes in the world, Kimchi Soondooboo Chigae. Now, if you guys have followed me for a while, you know that Soondooboo Chigae is basically one of my favorite dishes. Well, I came up with this mashup of Kimchi Chigae and Soondooboo Chigae because the other day I had a ton of sour kimchi, but I didn't have any firm tofu. All I had left in my fridge was 4 boxes of Silken tofu. So I decided, well, I guess it's time to make Kimchi Soondooboo Chigae, which is how this recipe was born. As you can see, it's packed with a ton of veggies and flavor. We're going to start out with 1/2 of a red onion and we're going to dice this. If you don't have a red onion, you can use a regular old white onion or a yellow onion or even shallots if that's the best you have. So I'm giving this a good dice and we're going to put all of this into our chigae. It's going to add tons of flavor as well as antioxidants. We're also going to, of course, employ garlic. You ever heard of a chigae without garlic? I didn't think so. So I'm using about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. Of course, you can use more or less, but in this case, garlic is really important because it's going to marry so beautifully with the roasted gochugaru and gochujang that you're going to be adding later, not to mention the kimchi. So I'm just mincing up that garlic and I'm going to set it aside with my onions to add later. Wiping down the counter, and now we're going to cut up a zucchini. Now this zucchini doesn't look normal, right? It's really green and it's really yellow on the inside, and that's typical Korean zucchini. If you can't find Korean zucchini in your grocery store or at your local Asian grocery store, of course you can just use your regular old Western zucchini. I would just recommend that it be in season. So we're going to set that aside in my prep bowl, and now we're going to add a potato. I guarantee you, if you go to a Korean restaurant and ask for kimchi jjigae or Soondooboo Chigae, you're not going to find any potato in it. But I love potatoes, and in this situation, I really think that it adds depth to our broth. It's going to thicken it just ever so slightly, naturally, without adding any type of roux. And I really like sort of a very hearty feeling to this stew that this potato provides. So just one small Yukon potato. You can also use a russet potato, Idaho potato, whatever potato you got. I'm also chopping up 4 very small scallions. If you have 2 large scallions, that should do the trick. Now I'm turning the heat up to medium-high and I'm adding my stone pot over the heat. This is a torsot pot. You can use any old soup pot. I've added 2 kinds of oil, just a sesame oil and olive oil, and now I'm adding a 1.5 tablespoons of gochugaru, which is Korean pepper powder. Now what you want to do is cook that pepper powder in the oil until it gets frothy like this. Then you're going to add the veggies. It's important to do it when it froths because if you do it too much after, it will burn. We're adding all of our veggies, the zucchini and the potato, as well as a little bit of salt, and of course some really old kimchi. This is vegan kimchi that I got from mother-in-law's kimchi. I'm even tapping out some of the kimchi juice there. Now I'm adding a tablespoon of gochujang or Korean pepper powder paste, and that's just going to add some umami and sweetness, as well as the light or soup soy sauce, as it's called in Korean grocery stores. And look at that money shot. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Now we're adding 2 cups of vegetable broth. If you don't have vegetable broth, you can also just add water. And my secret ingredient, tashima. This is dried kelp. It's going to add flavors from the sea. Now we're also adding some silken tofu, and this is truly the star of this recipe. It's silky, it's delicious, and that brine that was in that box, you're going to want to use all of that because it's also going to add just a level of flavor you wouldn't believe to this soup. Now we're going to let it cook for about 25 to 30 minutes, not too long. You're going to open it up and you're going to just see this beautiful fiery red color, and you're going to want to just dive right in. We're going to add the scallions that we chopped up for garnish because that will add a little bit of zip and zing to our chigae, and then it's going to be ready for you to eat. And that fiery color, guys, I'm not enhancing anything. This is not edited for you. There's no saturation going on here. That's the actual color of your chigae. And if you're going to look at that and tell me you're not hungry and ready to dive your face into that, then I don't know, man. This is what I love about Korean food. It's all the smokiness of the Korean pepper powder, the umami from the dashima and the garlic and the onions and the soy sauce, all married into one with these amazing textures. So here I am constructing what I call the perfect spoonful. A little bit of rice, some of the kimchi from the kimchi jjigae portion of this jjigae, and you're gonna follow that up with a spoonful of broth and tofu. That is how you should eat this jjigae. A little bit of rice and a spoonful of the best. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you want to see more recipe videos from the Korean Vegan, make sure to subscribe. All right? See you soon, guys.